Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. So today we are continuing my True Boxing annual top 10s. As we are going to look at my number one welterweight in the world right now, the undefeated and reigning IBF welterweight champ, Jaron Boots Ennis. Now, before we get into that, if you could smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate any and all support that I can get as I continue to build my channel here. So Boots moves up 2 spots from number 3 to number 1. He entered the year as the IBF champ after being upgraded to champion in 2023 when Crawford was ordered to fight him but had to see what was going on with his mandatory rematch with Errol Spence. The IBF wasn't willing to wait. They would strip Crawford and upgrade Boots to champion. So in the first half of the year, Boots was trying to land a big fight, but nobody wanted to sign on the dotted line and fight him. So finally, in July, he was going to make a mandatory defense of his title against undefeated Cody Crowley, and a lot of people were looking forward to that bout. But Crowley would fail the eye exam for the fight, taking him out of the fight. So Boots was trying to scramble and find an opponent. Finally, David Avanesian would step up and take the fight with Boots, and Boots would put it on him. He would just dominate Avanesian. Avanesian had his moments, but Boots was just on him and would stop him in 5 rounds to retain the IBF title for the first time. Excuse me. Then in November, instead of moving to 154, and after failing to get a unification bout with Brian Norman Jr., Boots would elect to make a mandatory defense against Karan Chukagian in a rematch from their January 2023 bout, in which Boots won a one-sided 12-round unanimous decision. Somehow, Karan had earned the right to be the mandatory challenger following the first loss to Boots, and Boots decided, because he wants to unify at 147 before he moves up to 154, he decided to take on Chukagian in a rematch, hoping to knock him out this time. And in the rematch, that seemed like all he was trying to do was just knock him out. It wasn't his best performance, and Chukagian showed that he can last, and he can take Boots shots. So, but it still was a kind of a lackluster but dominant 12-round unanimous decision win for Boots, as he would again retain his title and finish off the year 2-0. But people want to see Boots fight the big names, and entering 2025, he's getting a big push with Eddie Hearn with his back, and I think Turki Al-Sheikh is going to get involved and pay the money that the other champions want to fight him. Right now, the talk is that Boots is going to be facing either Imantas Stanionis or Mario Barrios next, and it looks like Stanionis has a slight edge, but Boots is negotiating, and we're going to see. But I really do think Boots is going to get a unification bout in 2025. He's the biggest name in the division, and if these other guys really want to call themselves the best, they're going to have to run through Boots. And if Eddie Hearn can get the money raised to get the unification bouts made, that could convince Turki Al-Sheikh to put in even more money, and we could see Boots walking out of the year with 3 belts around his waist. But is the IBF in the second half of the year going to force him to make a mandatory? I guess we'll see once they order an eliminator. But there is no mandatory challenger right now. Jin Sasaki is the highest rated contender at number 3. And there are no number 1 and 2. He cleared that up when he beat Chukagian in the rematch. So Boots has until at least the second half of the year before he's going to have to make a mandatory. If he continues to try to unify belts, he might be able to just sidestep the mandatory until next year. So we'll see what happens. But Boots, I really think 2025 is going to be his best year. He's 27 years old, so he's still young and in his prime. Actually, still coming into his prime. He's 33-0 with 29 knockouts, and I think he's getting the push that he's wanted now, and I think he's going to get the opportunities that he's wanted to fight the best in the division. So this is the year for Boots to really lay himself down as the top dog without any questions. Like right now, he's the top dog, but part of that is because nobody wants to fight him. Now I think he's going to add the names to his list, and people are going to want to fight him. So we'll see what happens. But that's it. That's what I got. That is my number 1 welterweight in the world right now, as the True Boxing annual top 10s continue. ending 24, heading into 25. This is on the IBF welterweight champion, the undefeated Jaron Boots Ennis. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.